These principles drive us to make the best carburetors possible. From our entry-level RT Series to our full race Billet CNC aluminum and stainless steel Billet XS Pro Series. Our engineers have spent their entire careers in the high-performance aftermarket developing various carburetors for enthusiasts, pro racers, and everyone in between. They helped form FST with the same goal that we all share, to get the best performing system into your vehicle for the best price possible. We too are the users, cruisers, and enthusiasts pushing our street rods, muscle cars, and drag cars to their limits. We understand the time and investment that you put into your vehicle, and FST is our opportunity to bring you something innovative, quality-driven, and affordable. Get yours through most reputable online retailers or learn more at fstcarb.com.
Nick Folk takes over the left side of the racetrack. Dialed in at 4:56. Kyle Cotrera is on the right side. He's dialed at 4:66. So a tenth of a second head start is going to go to Kyle Cotrera over on the right side of the racetrack. And it's going to be a Maine battle versus an Illinois battle. All the folks that are watching online kind of obviously have got somebody in mind. They continue to call out their shots. Everybody down here watching alongside of the racetrack to find out who gets to come back and take on Scotty's Nova. Pre-stage bulbs are lit between Cotrera and Nick Folk. Folk goes in first. Cotrera is there. We stay green. Advantage on the tree goes to Nick Folk, and it's going to be Nick Folk advancing into the final round. Nick was 14 green. Take 10 thou at the stripe. To be 4:58 on the 4:56. His reaction time was 15 thou better than Kyle Cotrera's 0:29. Lightus Cotrera goes 4:67 on the 4:66 as Nick Folk lights up the board, moves into the final round of the million over Kyle Cotrera.
Here we are with Scotty Richardson and Nick Folk, the two remaining racers, and the K&N Spring Fling Million presented by Optimum Batteries. Guys, your appreciation and respect for one another is very obvious. Both of you have accomplished so much in this sport, but this is a big deal. This is a real big deal to get this last win light. How you feeling right now, Scotty?
I honestly, if it wasn't my brother running me in the final, I couldn't ask for a better person to run. Folk family has got a lot of history in racing with the Richardsons, and it's a picture-perfect deal for either one of us. Whoever wins, obviously it's better for them, but we're going to split it up pretty good. We're both going to be happy anyway.
Nick, same question to you. Obviously, the Richardson and the Folk names are legendary in bracket racing and sportsman racing, but this is a big deal to put on the list of accomplishments. What are you feeling right now?
I feel like I don't want to let my guard down. I've done that before. You know, I feel like the big hurdles are cleared, but I don't want to like trip up on the last one. And just to reiterate on like what he said, I mean, if it wasn't for my father or my brother looking up to him when I was growing up, that just to be able to race him is an honor, and to have him as a buddy and be able to do it, that's even fun. That's a good time.
It should be a wonderful time. What were you out there, Nick?
I wasn't as good as I had been, so I'm thinking low teen or very high O.
Very good assessment of your run. You're 14. Got you a hunt at the stripe, did well, anticipated what he was doing, and you made the run you needed to make. Yes. Scotty, you got out and you said, I was 3 red. Yeah. You were not 3 red, sir. You were 7 dead 4. You laid down a heck of a lap right there. Both of you guys know each other well. You know strategies well. I mean, what do you do when you got this much on the line and you know each other so well? Do you change anything?
No, we're going to probably do the same thing, maybe get a little more aggressive. But we'll, listen, it's the million. It's a million in Bristol. Bristol's been one of my best racetracks for me, and I couldn't ask for any more. I'd like to add one more to it, but if I didn't, it's good enough for Nick to win, and I'll run her up with a smile.
Huge payday here for both of you. This is a life-changing day right here, what you're about to collect. Does that change anything, Nick?
Not that we're here now, I don't feel like. I mean, leading up to it the last couple of rounds, yeah, it's on your mind. That's what I was talking about, not tripping up here at the end. The hard work, I feel like, is done. And no, I didn't mean it that way, Scotty. Don't be taking that. I meant as the money side of things, and it's going to be great either way.
Well, I love the transparency. You guys are excited to be here. That's great. We love to see that. Good luck to you. This is going to be an epic final round with a Richardson and a Folk. Wishing both of you guys luck. We'll see how it lands, Scotty.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judd. Thanks, guys.
Scotty Richardson and Nick Folk, two of the best in the game, the best to ever do it, and they're about to square it up for the
would like me to make the call to the lanes. Oh, you did? I did it just a minute ago. Like as soon as you sent out the text. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nate. Sorry about that. Applesauce? Where did you learn how to say applesauce? Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Cool. All right. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad he tried it. Okay. Well, I only had a couple of minutes. Goodbye, but sweet dreams. I'll talk to you later. Okay? Bye-bye.
So we should have our 9 that are coming back on the ladder round headed back into the staging lanes. We've got Buddy Fleener coming back on the bye run. Labuse with lane choice over Galitti. Westbury with lane choice over Ewing. Whitfield with lane choice over Thomas. And Holloman with lane choice over Harrington. So we'll get them headed back into the staging lanes. And we'll be rolling into round number 7 here in just a little while. It is. Oh, my goodness. It is always good to be able to spend a little time talking with Sean Clark. He keeps me honest.
You know what? I do have to give him a hard time.
And I did just get a little reminder, and I appreciate the reminder, that I know we've got a few folks that we're celebrating some birthdays. Let's see, I got to go look back at kind of that, but I know that, let me make sure. Where was it? Oh, yeah, that one is out there. But yeah, see, I think Michael Pascal was yesterday. I got to remember my brother's is tomorrow. But today happens to be Funny Car Chris's birthday, Chris Northup, who, again, kind of talking about some of those live feeds and a few other things, is like the youngest track operator, from what I could see, in the country right now. Moved out here from Idaho, bought Gleason Dragway, and I got to tell you, Chris, I think it's really cool. But again, I do want to send a very special birthday shout out to you, Chris. I hope that your birthday has been absolutely phenomenal. I hope you've had a great day out here. I know, hopefully, I know you were up here because I was listening in. You were looking for that Jessel rocker. Hopefully you found that. If not, there's still one sitting up here on the counter. But hopefully you found that, and that the broken parts didn't end up ruining your birthday. But happy birthday, man. I certainly hope that, especially for a guy like you, you know, a lot of people look at you and think that you can be a bit of a character sometimes. We all know that you can, but if there's somebody out there that's got kind of a pretty genuine heart, one of those guys that'll definitely have your back when you need it, that is Funny Car Chris. So, he may not want to let on too much about it, but I definitely know from some conversations that we've had that the guy's got a really, really big heart, and I wish you all the success in the world with Gleason Dragway. I know it's already started off to be a big hit, and I know you guys are going to take that track places. But happy birthday, man. I certainly hope it's been a good one for you. Also, got to note that it's Bryson Scruggs' birthday as well, so happy birthday, Bryson. I hope that your birthday has been just as phenomenal as Chris's birthday has been. And again, there's a lot of folks out there. I don't know if he's listening in, but like Brandon Lundeen, a whole lot of folks. And AJ Ash had a birthday a couple of days ago. Johnny LeBouf Sr.'s birthday's out there. See, if Jed was here, he could sing to him, but I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to do that. So Johnny LeBouf Sr., Bryson Scruggs, Chris Northup, Michael Pascal was yesterday. Happy birthday to all of you. I certainly hope that I can't think of a better way to spend a birthday than hanging out here at Bristol Dragway doing a little racing, especially at a Fall Fling event. So thank you, Doug Foley, calling out the Bryson Scruggs deal. And anybody else, if you are having a birthday out here this week, man, I hope it's a great one. I mean, how bad could it be if you're hanging out at Bristol Dragway at a spring fling? You know what, Joanne? That's not a bad idea. I know it's already 11 o'clock at night, but I'll just call and wake him up. Let's call and wake him up. And if it weren't for the whole copyright thing, I'd like grab the Beatles' birthday song and just start playing that, but we're not allowed to do that over the live feed. And yes, RTC, happy unbirthday to you. It's my unbirthday as well, which means I should probably celebrate. Joanne, it may only be 10 o'clock in Alabama, but Jed's probably long in bed by now. He's grown to be a responsible adult. So I'm sure he's fast asleep, getting ready for a very long and productive day at work tomorrow, which I'm certainly happy that I'm not going to work tomorrow. Instead, I'm going to be here, which I'm certainly excited about. And we'll look up and see whose birthday it is tomorrow, and then we'll go through the whole thing again. We are looking for our 9 that are headed back into the staging lanes. We're in the ladder rounds. And I am certainly glad, as I said before, that Sean Clark, whether he was here before kind of keeping an eye on things or still listening in online, helping to helping to keep us straight. I do too, Mr. Boo Boo. I miss Jed in a big way. But we did have a long conversation. He called me up when it was time, and he's got a lot of other stuff going on. He's got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things going on in his life. Of course, he's got kind of his own races that he's promoting and running, and I certainly can see where he's coming from. All of that stuff eats up time, and that decision of how much time can you devote to racing versus how much time can you devote to the family. At some point, the balance just has to be set, and he had to make a really tough decision. He loved, and I mean loved, being out here at these events, and hopefully someday he'll find his way back here again, whether he comes out and does a little racing and then maybe comes up, spends a little, whatever it is. I certainly hope that he finds his way back here whenever the time allows for him to do that. But he did have to essentially, I don't know that he used the term responsible adult, but at some point we all have to do that. So he's setting a good example, which is something that I'm not necessarily capable of doing. Gee, Michael, I appreciate that comment from a little while ago. I don't know if you were talking about very well said about the stuff I said about Jed or very well said about the stuff that I'm not capable of doing the responsible adult thing, because both are true. Marco can attest to the fact that many times he has to remind me that it's time to be a responsible adult. So it sounds like whatever conversations needed to be had have been had. And as we are down to 9, remember, racers, one of the cool things, at least I think it's one of the cool things, about racing at the Fling is just because the ladder is set for this round doesn't mean that that's kind of the ladder you run through for the remainder of the event or for the remainder of the night. The ladder gets reset each and every round. Dang it, if Marco didn't steal the pen that I was going to steal. But that's all right. Ooh. How about Gris Khalidi? Gris Khalidi. See, I do need somebody to keep an eye on me. How about Chris Khalidi? Man, he came out of the water box hot. 455 is the dial-in for Chris Khalidi. And as we found out a couple of moments ago, John LaBouse rolling up here in the Roadster, trying to give Dad a little birthday present. Our first pair, Dragster versus Dorcar. 524 the dial for LaBouse. 455 the dial for Chris Khalidi, and LaBouse is in deep, deep trouble. LaBouse with an 043 reaction time. Chris Khalidi was 014 on the tree. Khalidi 456 on the 455. And Khalidi with the 014 reaction time moves to the round of 5. And again, kind of looking at guys that have already had a bye run. Fleener's getting it this time. Ewing's had one, Holloman's had one, and Harrington has had one. So just kind of keep that in mind. So Ghalidi's 014 on the tree, moving into the round of 5. We know that Fleener will be advancing into the round of the 5. He's already had a bye run. Here is Chris Whitfield and Timothy Thomas. Thomas on the right side, dialed 477. Whitfield making the long haul in out of Colorado, dialed in at 464. Once again, pre-stage bulb lights illuminate top side of the tree as Timothy Thomas going to be the first one to dive into stage. Chris Whitfield's right behind him, and here we go. 1,000th of a second, the difference between the two in reaction time, and Chris Whitfield, 12 on the tree and dead on 0 again. 464-0 on a 464. Whitfield gets the win light over Timothy Thomas. Thomas was 11 on the tree and goes 476 on a 477. Whitfield with an 012 light. Getting the win light over Thomas. So Howard Westbury and Todd Ewing. Ewing's had a bye. Westbury hasn't. It don't matter. Todd Ewing goes red by 0.07 of a second. Howard Westbury was 034 on the tree, gets the win light, and rolls into round number 5. Westbury on a 564 dial goes 561 after Todd Ewing lit it red by 0.07 of a second. So we've got Chris Khalidi moving on. Howard Westbury moving on so far. Chris Whitfield moving on so far. Next up is going to be Will Holloman and Kurt Harrington. Final pair. We know Buddy Fleener's in. So Fleener's advancing. Khalidi, Westbury, and Whitfield. The final of the 5 to move in will be either Holloman in the dragster on the left side, dialed in at 450, or Harrington in the Chevette on the right side, dialed in at 623. Ooh. Harrington Harrington's car makes a wacky little move on the starting line as it moves a little left, comes back a little right, added a little distance to the run. And how about Will Holloman? 18 dead on one. Comes down to 3 10,000ths at the stripe. Harrington was 24 on the tree at this end of the racetrack, but Holloman 19 total and gets the win. The Dragsters kind of mop up shop here, because Buddy Fleener will be the only door car, to escape and make his way into the final 5. So just by way of, for what it's worth, Fleener's going to roll up here, dialed in at 552. He had the bye right now, so it's not going to matter. Whatever he does here, not going to matter. The only 2 cars that survived that did not yet have a bye were Galitti and Whitfield. Westbury had not yet had a bye. Westbury was 034 on the tree. Whitfield was 12 on the tree, and Galitti was 14 on the tree. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. That little coffee talk thing. Just let it work. 11 on the tree and 551.9 on a 552 for Buddy Fleener. So the 5 coming back going to be Fleener, Galitti, Westbury, Whitfield, and Holloman. When we reach
Fuel Systems Technology was created to develop a line of carburetors that is not only affordable, but innovative while never sacrificing quality. These principles drive us to make the best carburetors possible. From our entry-level RT series to our full race Billet CNC aluminum and stainless steel Billet XS Pro series. Our engineers have spent their entire careers in the high-performance aftermarket developing various carburetors for enthusiasts, pro racers, and everyone in between. They help form FST with the same goal that we all share, to get the best performing system into your vehicle for the best price possible. We too are the users, cruisers, and enthusiasts pushing our street rods, muscle cars, and drag cars to their limits. We understand the time and investment that you put into your vehicle, and FST is our opportunity to bring you something innovative, quality-driven, and affordable. Get yours through most reputable online retailers or learn more at fstcarb.com.
60 years of innovation, 60 years of attention to detail, 60 years of rigorous testing under race conditions is what makes ATI Performance Products great. ATI has been helping racers like you reach the finish line first. Today, we manufacture a wide range of high-performance parts that are track-tested and race-proven. We're passionate about performance, and that passion is what drives you to the finish line first. See everything ATI has to offer at ATIRacing.com.
Track at all. So if it's a car that has been down the track with a new driver, that is not a new entry. The car has not been down the track at all, it is a new entry. 8:15, then we'll get right into it. Round number 1 of the 25K. Nate, appreciate you making a trip. Did you have to connect? Straight flight? What do we got?
Nope, had a little layover in Dallas.
You're a trooper, my friend. Nate has a full-time job at home and drops everything to come to the flings. And when Kyle and I think it was probably about 2013, we were listening to an NHRA race, and we were like, this guy's good.
Huh?
This guy's good. We like his style.
Well, I am certainly glad that I got the opportunity to come out here going on, what was I out here, like the 3rd fling?
I think it was 13. Yep.
I think it was like the 3rd fling that you guys did. I got to come out here, and then, of course, we started doing the ones in Vegas, and I certainly appreciate any time and every time that I get the invitation, so thank you very much.
It's an open invite, my friend. You've been part of the family for a while. You are a class act, and you're great at what you do, and we're lucky to have you.
Well, I did see, I was paying attention, and thank you very much for that, but today, you got a lot of first-timers on the mic. Getting some guys out here that have never picked up a microphone before.
We were throwing everybody.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
My new thing. Go ahead, Nate.
It was a couple years ago. I threw Marco on the mic for the first time. He picked it up, like a fish to water.
Yep.
Right? Like he just handles his business now. He's got it done. I heard Donnie on the mic today.
Donnie gave the true native New York.
Yes, he did.
Attitude, yep.
Yes, he did, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Tim was on the mic today.
Tim was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? That was awesome. Had Dylan, Dylan's not new to this world of announcing. He does a great job. Stopped up here for a little while, Dylan Lee, so I appreciate that. But it's just cool. And I think we're going to get to hear another new voice at the Fling.
We are.
So that's going to be cool.
And the ladder is out, Nathan.
It is. You want to do it or you want me to do it? All right. So as was suspected, Chris Whitfield, you will be coming back on the bye. So Chris Whitfield, you've got the bye rolling into the round of 5. Corey Galitti with lane choice over Howard Westbury, and Fleener with lane choice over Holloman. So again, Galitti with lane choice over Westbury, Fleener with lane choice over Holloman. Those are the 5 that will be returning for this round. So again, it's Whitfield on the solo, Galitti lane choice over Westbury, Fleener lane choice over Holloman. And Brandon Lundeen, thank you very much for the text. I'm glad you got to hear it. So, yeah. I will be in Vegas next weekend. Like Peter was just saying, I'm going to have to do like the real job thing all week. And then I'll probably be out there, Saturday and Sunday. So we do have a fantastic divisional event coming up in Vegas, which Marco's going to be wheeling and dealing and trying to pick up some trophies and points and all of that good stuff. And now that I know Marco a little bit better, let's just say anytime he's on the racetrack, I will be a little bit more straightforward with what we talk about. Some of those things may come up with, what the hell, Marco? I don't know. We'll see. All right. So we have got our final 5, the last 5 that are left to run here. And like Peter had said earlier, had a lot of folks already asking, where's Umbrella Man? We found out that he will be headed this way in the morning. So that will certainly, I think it was that first fling like in 2013 that Umbrella Man was discovered. Of course, what else have we discovered over the years? And not necessarily what have we discovered, but kind of some of the things that I've learned. Like, of course, learned about Umbrella Man. I had to help JJ understand that Chet Dragon is an actual dragon. He just morphs into human form when he goes drag racing. We had to do that. There's been a lot of things. Of course, tonight we turned, and we'll continue to turn more people and more people. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities out here. There's a lot of celebrities out here. Things that people didn't even know about. Like what I didn't know is that actually, I did find this out the other day, that for a brief stint in high school, Peter Biondo actually moonlighted as a Dean Martin impersonator at a small pizza parlor near his house. He would work the late shift from like 11:30 to 11:45. He would sing Dean Martin songs. I bet you didn't even know that, Pete.
Every day. Whatever it takes, Nate. Speaking of which, Nate, check this out, right? So, you want to talk about divine...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm going to interrupt you just real quick.
Yep.
Did I miss this? Was this while I was on the plane? Somebody said that Emily was on the mic today, too?
Yes, sir.
Really?
And that's a first.
I got to go back and rewind that, because that must have been while I was on the plane, because I missed that.
And let me tell you, the average viewing was about 1,000 to 1,100 today. She pops on the mic, and we hit 1,400.
I'll bet.
Like within 30 seconds. Everyone text each other, and...
Like, you got to... That is awesome. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. We'll take the remaining 5 back to the front of the lanes for pairings. So Nate, check this out. So last night in the Drexel shootout, right? So obviously this is the place that Kyle and I started this whole brand. Obviously it's the first time we're here without him. Robert Domino pulls in the winner's circle of the Drexel shootout and he's been running this all year. Didn't just put this on today. With you know where you have drivers' names, like he's been driving with Kyle Seipel's name, like Kyle's riding with them all. I mean, and there we are, and it was just a moment under the tower.
That's way
looking
cool.
at the right first day, first race without him here, and it's not just like a decal. He put it on like he's the driver. It was just surreal, man.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That is so cool. That's just good vibes for the whole week.
Absolutely. I mean, there'll never be another Kyle Seipel, that's for sure. But he'll be proud watching you guys race, watching you guys have fun, because that's what he was all about. We'll give you guys a chance to get up to the front of the lanes. I'll meet you guys out there in a minute. See if anyone wants to talk or if we're going to race for the flyer.
We are proud to be out here, enjoying the weather, enjoying each other's company, and enjoying yet another stop on the Spring Fling, Fall Fling, and now Summer Fling Tour. And as most of you know, we recently lost Kyle. It's a big loss to the family. It's a big loss to all of our hearts, and it's something that hurts real bad.
Kyle is watching from up above, and we're going to make him proud today. You guys drive your best. With that said, I want to thank you racers from the bottom of my heart, and if Kyle was here, he'd say the same thing. We couldn't do it without you guys, and you guys look like you're having a great time, and that's what it's all about. But let's put our game faces on and turn on some win lights.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. And for Kyle Seipel, let's go racing.
Flat out awesome. So Yeah, pretty soon I'm going to be the garbage guy, and hopefully they'll still let me hang out. But as long as I still get to hang out, I don't care. I'll do whatever they need to have done. All right, so we're going to be just a couple of minutes. We're going to get those 5 drivers back into the staging lanes. They'll go back and have any conversations that need to be had. But Whitfield's coming back on the bye. Galitti with lane choice over Westbury, and Fleener with lane choice over Holloman. Let's get those 5 drivers back to the lanes, please. So we can start to see some golf carts rolling up here from underneath the tower. Had the 5 remaining back there in the staging lanes. Having a little conversation with Pete and with Marco. And again, for those of you that were kind of listening in a little bit earlier, Whitfield is coming back on the bye. Galitti has got lane choice over Westbury, and Fleener with lane choice over Holloman. And again, looking back at who has and has not had a bye at this point. We are going to be coming back with 3. And so again, kind of taking a look at the sheet, we'll hold off and make sure that we do talk about that the way that it is. I mean, Whitfield's on the bye this time. Fleener has had a bye. Holloman has had a bye. Galitti and Westbury have not, according to what we have on the sheet here. So it should be kind of interesting to see what happens when we get back, especially with this being kind of the kickoff day. The FST carburetor, $15,000 to win Wednesday. Again, big thanks to the folks at Rad Torque Systems, presenting sponsor here at the Fall Fling. And speaking of, Rad Torque Systems, our first pair is going to be the Galitti and Westbury matchup. So again, unofficially, what I've got on the paper here is that these are the 2 cars of the 5 remaining that have not yet had a bye run. So just kind of think about that. Roll that around in your brain for a little while as Chris Galitti figured, hey, it worked last time, baby, let's do it again. That great big old burnout. Out to about 200 feet as Galitti engages the reverser, heads back this direction. You got Westbury, you got Fleener, the 2 remaining door cars, seeing if they can get it done. Galitti is back. 455 is the number on the bottom side of that Fitzgerald scoreboard here at Bristol Dragway, and Howard Westbury with a 563. They're locked, loaded, and letting them go. 10 thou separate them at this end of the racetrack, and Howard Westbury, perfect. Get there a thou and gets the win light. Westbury 3-0, show up for the reaction time. 566 on a 563. Chris Galitti was 10 on the tree and 2 above the dial, and it'll be the door car of Howard Westbury rolling into the round of 3, sitting on a perfect reaction time. And just let that sink in for a minute. As now Will Holloman and Buddy Fleener. Fleener, the other door car left in the game. We know that one of them's headed into, one of the door cars, by the way, headed into the semifinals. Buddy Fleener's got 552 showing up on his side of the scoreboard, right lane. Will Holloman has got a 449 showing up for the dragster over on the left side. A little Bear, Delaware versus Rogerville, Tennessee. And we'll see where we go from here. We know that Chris Whitfield is going to get a front row seat to watch this pair play out ahead of him. Oh, Fleener's in trouble. Will Holloman, 002 on the tree and 450 on the 449. Going to move him into the semis. Buddy Fleener was 552 on a 552. He was dead on 8, but was 25 thou behind at the hit as his 027. Not going to match up with a 002 of Will Holloman. Hey, Chris Whitfield, the pressure's on. I mean, you got the bye run. You know you're coming back to race somebody. And at this point, I mean, you know, Holloman's got the perfect reaction time. So, or excuse me, Westbury had the perfect reaction time. So of the 3 that will be coming back, with Chris Whitfield looking at a 464, Howard Westbury was trip zip on the tree. Holloman was 002 on the tree. Let's see. Well, an 020 just seems out of place, doesn't it? But on the solo shot, hey, it got the job done. So Westbury in the door.
Jags.
Nick Folk takes over the left side of the racetrack. Dialed in at 4:56. Kyle Cotrera is on the right side. He's dialed at 4:66. So a tenth of a second head start is going to go to Kyle Cotrera over on the right side of the racetrack. It was Jeff Verdi first, Luke Bagacki second, Randall Reed third, Peeps Pennington fourth. And the fifth racer to join that list of names is going to be decided about a minute from now. So the question is, who will join Jeff Verdi, Luke Bagacki, Randall Reed, and Peeps Pennington as a $1 million main event winner at the Spring Fling? The cars have entered the water box. They've done the burnouts. The crowd begins to fill in behind because everybody wants to know who will claim the $375,000 that is up for grabs here today. Scotty Richardson over on the left side. He has a 602 dial-in showing up on that left side scoreboard. For Nick Folk out of Durand, Illinois, the 453 dial is on the scoreboard as well. We are going to put him into the beams just like this. Scotty Richardson is in. Nick Folk has got his car pre-staged. Scotty, the first one to go all the way in. Nick Folk joins him on the line. The tree drops, and away we go. Scotty Richardson is away on the green. Nick Folk's coming down at the line, and it's going to be Scotty Richardson. 602 on the 602. Scotty was 007 at this end of the racetrack to Nick Folk's 011 reaction time. Scotty takes 3 thou at the stripe, and it's going to be dead on 2. Richardson gets the win line. Nick Folk was 11 on the tree and dead on 1 in a final that rivaled every other round of competition that we had.
We are here in the Maytag Silver State Refrigeration $1 million winner circle with your champion today, Scotty Richardson. Scotty, I've stood here with you a couple of times for some pretty big stuff, but it was foot brake racing. Nothing nearly as big as this. Here you have won the $1 million race, or a $1 million race. Finally, the last thing to check off your list. I can see it in your eyes and your emotion right now. How are you feeling about what you just accomplished, Scotty?
Speechless, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's all emotion, man. no matter what, I've been wanting to win one of these. And really, I just got this car. If it wasn't for Edmund and the boys putting it together, I wouldn't even be here with it. So all I got to do is thank Wes Gossett and his family, John Angel. I took 2 weeks off. I wanted to go to Goliath, but I tested a little bit because these young guys, actually racers in general, have passed me, and I'm okay with that. But I've got a little bit left in the gas tank, and this is one special to me just because we all say we want to win certain races, and this is one that I really wanted to win, and man upstairs was with me all day.
Well, no doubt, you've done a bunch, and the young, it does seem to be a young racers' game these days because they take a long time. They go well in the night. You stretched this thing over 2 days, Scotty. You've had a few birthdays, but you held it all together. You was great when you had to be, good when you needed it. Got by a round or two. Everything fell into place for you. You've just checked off the list as a $1 million race winner. Scotty, it was a young guns deal in the shootout, but sorry, no disrespect, but the has-beens just showed them what they got.
Well, I'm not even going to say that other than those guys are really good. The cars are good. I'm about 70 pounds too heavy, but I can promise you that I took 2 weeks off to give these guys the next 4 weeks, something that they hadn't been accustomed to. And today was one of those days I was off, but I run the right guys at the right time. And I always preach to everybody, they don't ask you how you do it at the end of the day. But I do have to thank all the Spring Fling, Optima, K&N, Beyondos, everybody that puts this race on. No matter what anybody says, you can't make everybody happy. These guys did the best they could with what's thrown at them. And, Pete's obviously one of the greatest racers of all time. We kind of nudge each other some, and it's not personal. But the deal is he is one of the best. He's a lot. I mean, that's why we picked him to run against the young guns. And he just give it back a thou. And I told him earlier this weekend that I wanted to take a picture with him because, it's a dream of mine to win the race. So I thought about Ryan Herm. He's bet against me the whole time. I couldn't win a Pete Biondo race. I've thought about Troy Williams because he's kept me, and I can't wait till he collects that $100 off of him. But I appreciate everybody here, and I love Bristol. It's been my 4 biggest races of my career, and I can't wait to come back.
Well, Scotty, you laid down 9 total in the final, and his 12 come up a little short. That's got to feel good, what you just accomplished. You've won so much. Checking this off the list has got to feel great. Congratulations on an amazing day at the racetrack. I don't imagine very many racing dreams are out there to come true for you, but one just did. But it ain't a dream, brother. You earned it. Congratulations on an amazing, amazing day.
Thank you a lot. Thank you to everybody. Thanks. I do have to say thanks to Hoosier Tires, because no matter what, this is tricky conditions out here on and off, and 60-foot stayed good, and the car was really good. So, hey, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Good luck to everybody the rest of the night and tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Well said. Scotty Richardson, everybody. Your $1 million winner here at the K&N Spring, presented by Optima. Hold on. Y'all hold on just a second.
I do have to say one thing. I did call my wife on the way down the return road, and it would have been a little better with her here, but she was. So
awesome stuff. Savannah, that one's for you, girl. Congratulations. Scotty Richardson, your Silver State Maytag, Silver State Refrigeration Maytag $1 million champion. Checking that off the list, and what a list it is for Scotty Richardson. Huge celebration here. Guys, get them ready back in the lanes. Just as soon as we get everything wrapped up here, we'll go racing once again in the re-entry round.
Well, so here we go. We've got our 3 semifinalists that remain. For those that are still watching along, and we've still got plenty of folks that are watching along on the live feed. Again, thank you very much to Jegs and Mickey Thompson for sponsoring that live feed on Motor Mania TV to keep it free for all of the viewers that are able to pay attention to what's happening here at Bristol Dragway. We've got 3 coming back. The door car of Howard Westbury is sitting on the bye, and the 2 dragsters are going to have to fight it out to see who gets the opportunity to come back on night number 1, racing for that $15,000 worth of FST carburetor money. Holloman's got lane choice over Whitfield, and they are on their way back to the staging lanes. So they'll go back and have whatever final conversations need to be had. And then as soon as they are ready, we'll be pulling them out here. So it's still going to be a couple of minutes. But again, for those of you that are still watching along, we thank you for being a part of the show, for being a part of the event. And everybody that's in those chat bleachers, you guys are certainly part of the game. Hopefully, we get more and more of you to kind of follow Dylan Lee's example, and instead of keep saying, hey, I'm going to be there, you actually show up, because he actually showed up. So I'll just put that little challenge out to everybody that's listening in. If you haven't yet been to a fling, we got 4 of them now. There's one near you. Kind of like that whole, McDonald's franchise idea. Like, instead of you having to travel very far, we're going to move it near you. I mean, you got Vegas. Now you got Columbus. You got Galat. And you got Bristol. 4 choices. Get to one of them soon. Trust me, it's worth it. All right, we're going to get those 3 back, and as soon as they're back, we'll decide who gets to go in and race for the big money in the final round.
Help me out, stop the river. you sell me. Every little lie is true. Oh yeah. But I listen to the heartbeat on the floor. I feel loud every breath just like before. You can't take it anymore. Where you gotta go tonight? Why don't you wanna wait it out? I don't know what you're running from. All you wanna do is fight. Why don't you wanna make it right? You don't know what you're running from. What you running from? You don't know what you're running from. Do you remember when we couldn't get enough of it all? We kept it going for so long, so long. I don't know where I would be if we let it go. 'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer. We go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden you'll be standing there with someone new, 'cause it's been going so wrong for so long. Let's keep this dream alive, the art of letting go. 'Cause every time we try to make a stand and start again, yeah, every time we try to make up and make amends, you know, when push comes to shove, this time we can reach the sky on a prayer. We go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, why can't you see what you did with me? Please don't leave me hanging like this. I try to recall and make sense of it all. I never thought it'd come down to this. Let's try to make a new start. Do you remember when we couldn't get enough of it all? We kept it going for so long, so long. You know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer. We go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. Oh, this time we can reach the sky on a prayer. We go higher than high. Yeah,
Oh, boy. Down to 3. Howard Westbury, on the bye run, has opted to sit and watch. And I do not believe that I would have made a different choice. I mean, if you got an opportunity to watch the two guys that are fighting for the chance to race you, why not get a sneak peek? Why not watch a little film? So Will Holloman on the left side, dialed in at 451. Chris Whitfield on the right side, dialed in at 464. And it is Delaware versus Colorado. And in night number 1, it's going to be a dragster versus a door car in the final. The way it should be. At least in my mind. I always like seeing it play out like that. Certainly not rooting for anybody, but it's just kind of cool. So the pre-stage bulbs are lit for the chance to run for $15,000. They're set. 2 thousandths of a second, the difference in reaction time, and with a 009 reaction time, Chris Whitfield gets to the stripe first by 14 ten-thousandths of a second and goes 464.2 on a 464. Whitfield is dialed in. Will Holloman was 0-11 on the tree and dead on 1. With a 12-pack, not enough to advance into the final round. Whitfield will be coming back to take on Howard Westbury. Westbury rolls the Nova up, stages it up, watches the tree drop, engages the reverser, and is going to head back into the staging lanes. And the Kick Booty Motorsports Nova will wait.
Fuel Systems Technology was created to develop a line of carburetors that is not only affordable, but innovative while never sacrificing quality. These principles drive us to make the best carburetors possible. From our entry-level RT series to our full race billet CNC aluminum and stainless steel billet XS Pro series. Our engineers have spent their entire careers in the high-performance aftermarket developing various carburetors for enthusiasts, pro racers, and everyone in between. They helped form FST with the same goal that we all share, to get the best performing system into your vehicle for the best price possible. We too are the users, cruisers, and enthusiasts pushing our street rods, muscle cars, and drag cars to their limits. We understand the time and investment that you put into your vehicle, and FST is our opportunity to bring you something innovative, quality-driven, and affordable. Get yours through most reputable online retailers or learn more at fstcarb.com.
Trusted by all since 1960. What you want, when you want it, at a price you want to pay. James!
Nobody knows drag racing like Mickey Thompson Tires. The Pro Bracket Radial. Low rolling resistance makes them quicker and faster than their bias ply equivalents.
With the Pro Bracket Radials, we haven't had to change any suspension. We did 5 back-to-back runs, and we only saw 18 thousandths of a difference on the 60-foot. We've had tremendous success with the Pro Bracket Radials.
The Pro Bracket Radial. Be a part of the legend.
All right, we see Westbury is in the lanes. Chris Whitfield, we're ready for you as well. Whitfield with lane choice.
That's kind of as late as it is here in the evening, knowing a lot of folks are camping out there, and a lot of folks have got kids that are camping out here with them. We've been a little bit quiet up until the point that we need to make some noise. And it's come down to the point that we need to make some noise. Our final pair of cars on an FST carburetor, $15,000 to win Wednesday, have been determined. And it's coming down to a door car and a dragster. Howard Westbury and that Kick Booty Motorsports Nova has got the car fired up, has made his way up here under the tower. And yeah, Steve Kelly, you can. You can almost say this is an East Coast versus West Coast. I mean, Whitfield coming out of Colorado right there. I don't know if he's... are they on the east face of the Rockies or the west face? Either way, they're in the Rockies. But a Harleyville, South Carolina-based ride of Howard Westbury and the Littleton, Colorado-based ride of Chris Whitfield. Whitfield's coming up on the right side of the racetrack. Westbury's rolling out of the water box right now over the left side. Pretty much a 1 second head start. Going to be going to the door car. Westbury dialed 563. Whitfield dialed in at 464. And with $15,000 on the line, the opportunity to claim the first big check and the first trophy of the 2021 Fall Fling here at Bristol Dragway. Westbury's in and set. Whitfield's in and set. Red light start for Chris Whitfield, and the door car is going home victorious. Howard Westbury, 12 on the tree, gets out of the gas early, goes 575 on the 563. Chris Whitfield let the button go and was 0.003 of a second on the wrong side of the tree. Finishes off the run 463.9 on a 464. But man, 12 on the tree for Westbury, and the Kick Booty Motorsports Nova will be parking in front of the tower to pick up the check, the trophy, and all the goodies that go with it. So night number 1 comes to a close with a classic door car and dragster final. A nice little look at that wheels up charge out of the Nova of Westbury. Again, it comes down to a green light and a red light, and unfortunately for Whitfield, in a day that has been determined by thousands in many more ways than we've seen in a lot of races past, Whitfield by just 3 lousy thousandths drops it red.
Jags.
All right. So we're going to catch Howard while the emotions are still pretty high. You jumped out of that car. I don't think I've seen a smile that big on anybody since like some kid got a new pony for Christmas. But oh, there we go. All right, now we got the style. This is how we're going to roll?
Yep.
I'm down for this, Howard. Tell me about it. I mean, come on. Night number one, $15,000 worth of FST carburetor money. You are the man that claimed it. I mean, you were like perfect rolling into the semifinals, locking up that buy run. Tell me about your day, man. It seems like it was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had one round that I got lucky on, and, you know, I flinched a little bit. I think I was 34. Other than that, I think I was 15 was my worst like that, which I lost both entries first round. And every time I do that, I do better. So I think it's because it costs more, so I need to make the money back. But, you know, I'd like to thank everybody, Par Engines, Superman Motorsports, Robert Holton, David Holton, Kick Booty's Motorsports. I mean, man, we hang around. Hopefully I get the driver of the year for Kick Booty again this year, you know. But Kevin's right up there. You know, I think he got me by 5,000 right now. So, but, you know, I'm just glad to be here. It's amazing that the show y'all put on and the race y'all put on. And I'm just so excited, you know. My wife, you know, she works hard. She puts up with me out here on the road all the time. I ain't seen her in 12 days. I figured I wouldn't do nothing. And, you know, it worked out good.
He definitely did win you some money, won you a nice trophy there. And Howard, obviously, you are a man of many words, which is a good thing. But you definitely let your drive and do the talking for you here tonight. And this thing, I mean, there's a lot of folks out there that are big into the door car versus dragster thing. You whooped them all. You got a lot of folks that are out here supporting you as well. But tell me, like, if there was one part of the day, other than winning the big check, one part of the day, what was the best part of the day for you out here so far?
Who was that I beat that I wanted to beat so bad? I can't remember. I'm so excited. I can't remember right now, but it was somebody that I put on the trailer, and I can't remember who it was, and I was so excited about it, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's definitely going to be a party tonight, which could equate to maybe a couple of early round losses for you tomorrow, just like today. Hopefully not, but you said it gets you hotter. You said it gets you better. You said it drives you, and that worked out today.
I might hang out with these fellas a little bit, but me and her is going back in, you know?
Howard Westbury, way to get it done today, man. Congratulations. Nice job. We got a lot of folks here that want to celebrate with you in the winner's circle. How about it for your FST carburetor $15,000 winner, Howard Westbury, Kick Booty Motorsports. Get the job done on night number one. For everybody that's out here on the Motor Maniacs, we're going to be back at it bright and early tomorrow, but we're going to let them get the celebration going.
Jags.
Okay, that's a wrap, and a door car won. You know, congratulations, Howard Westbury, for that victory in the 15K eliminations. That's the first actual purse of the spring. No, this is the Fall Fling of 2021. Okay, tomorrow we should be live at about 8:15. They're gonna tired already. Anyway, they're going to do new entry time runs at 8:15, and since we normally give ourselves a cushion to work any kinks out before eliminations, that's when we'll be live. Okay, they may push us out to 8:30, but I'm looking at 8:15. Okay, say your goodbyes to each other, and we will see you tomorrow bright and early. Bye.